Oh, hi. I brought in a little what we call lecture tank of gas. It's very, very small. It's because I didn't want to wheel in one of our tall ones. And this gas happens to be, yeah, that's fabulous. Here it is, a little bit of krypton gas, Kr. Krypton is one of the noble gases, and it exists all by itself as a discrete particle. It doesn't have a buddy bonded to it or connected. And so inside that tank, which is made out of steel, there's krypton atoms banging off the walls. We call it pressure. So there's pressure. And you people know about pressure. Pressure. We use the letter P for pressure, and pressure is what we say is force per unit area is equal to force over area. And I think I can convince you that if you put a whole bunch of these inside of the tank as compared to just a few, you would have an increase in pressure. And people know about this. They would say things like, well, if I blow up a balloon, the balloon's going to expand because I'm putting more gas inside. This does not have the ability to expand, we hope. If it expanded, it would go ahead and lose its integrity and burst. But instead, it's a rigid container that's not going to change its volume. So krypton banging around inside that little thing. The force can be increased by adding more of these, heating it up, as we'll find out. Pretty neat. And that's because the area is constant. Now this is three-dimensional, it's a volume, but the area being the surface on the inside that are in contact with those gases. You know about force over area, you know about pressure. If you go to a party and somebody says to you, hey, this is kind of neat. I made a bed of nails. They take this piece of plywood and they put in thousands of nails and they lay down on it. You're probably not surprised that they're not screaming or anything because there are many, many nails. They have a force. They're a body with a mass, and they're laying on top of the bed of nails. Gravity's acting on their body, pushing it down. So the force, their body, and gravity, the area, all those little nail heads making up a huge surface. If this guest of yours says, hey, you try it, and they bring out a special bed of nail and say, hey, lay down on a single nail, you probably know I'm not going to do that because that area is extremely small. Your body would be laying down on top of this nail. Your force would be like theirs, but the area would be very, very small. And with a small area, this number's in the denominator, this would be small, pressure would be big, and it might puncture you, and that would be bad. So a little lesson on pressure.